also in a more fair term, I just want to know what happened from your perspective. As you stated before prior to the recording, that you think this was kind of blown out of proportion. The reason why we're in the room and the reason why we're here for the recording is primarily because you're obviously an off-duty EMS. And I want to make sure that there is a formality here in this conversation. But I don't want that to be used as some kind of a scare tactic. I don't want you to be nervous. I just want you to be honest, be upfront, explain to me what happened so I can understand all perspectives and kind of come to a conclusion. When you are ready, I'm only and simply going to ask for your side of the story as to what happened in Senior Buns today.
Okay. Look at pretext. So, I used to live in the sewers, right? I had a lot of friends down there. They're good people, nice people. Probably some of the nicest people you'll ever meet. You know, they'll give you the shirt off your back, or their back, or whatever the fuck. I don't know the expression. They'll, yeah, you know, point being, they're really good people. And then, fuck, maybe a month ago, the Santa Claus guy had decided for some reason that he's got a vendetta against people that live in the sewers. This is before I, joined the EMS. Um, Basically, he's made his life mission to hunt down everyone who lives in the sewers and, for lack of a better term, slaughter them. He has made it explicitly clear that he will hunt down everyone I love and everyone that is in contact with the sewers or lives there or even so much as fucking being down there. He will slaughter them. Uh, anyway, that leads us to today.
Just for clarification, this person, does this person have a name?
I don't know. His name's Santa. Or I think his name's Santa Claus. I don't know.
Okay. No, you're good. Go ahead.
I don't know if he. I don't know. It's confusing.
I don't know if I'm
you're
able
doing
to interject, but his actual name is Santa Claus.
Thanks, Rick. Okay, well, Santa Claus then.
It's so passive
Right.
aggressive.
So I was at work
Thanks,
today,
Rick.
and I don't go down to the sewers anymore because reasons. EMS. They made it explicitly clear that I can't be down there. So to kind of what do you call it? Relieve. I don't know, like reminisce, I guess. I still wear like the old sewer clothes, and still keep that up, in case they legalize it someday. Keep my presence, but I don't do any like crime or anything. I'm not like a criminal. In fact, I have no charges. I don't even have a speeding ticket. But yeah. So I'm working. This guy comes behind the counter, with a knife. Like he sees me, dressed as you saw, and he walks behind the counter with a knife, pointed directly at my stomach. Um, and he just, yeah, pretty much puts it at my stomach. Says, "Oh, you're one of those sewer people, aren't you? Fuck you! Like I'm gonna fucking kill you! Like fuck you!" Like he's getting real aggressive. I didn't answer any of his questions because he's been known to just stab anyone that says yes. And so I tried to de-escalate. I walked away. Basically, I was like, all right, well, I'm not doing this. And then he decided to follow me, so I pulled a knife of my own. Uh, then I was like, okay, don't come closer because I have a weapon as well. I will use it if you intend to use yours. And then, yeah, so he put his knife away and walked towards me and my knife like a fucking psychopath. Doesn't give a shit. Just fucking, I jumped the counter. But, he, yeah, walks up to me, basically says the same shit he's always been saying, like, oh, you live in the sewers, I'm gonna fucking kill you, I'm gonna kill your friends, I'm gonna kill your family, I'm gonna kill fucking your children, I'm gonna kill everyone you love. Just some shit like that. Like cheap scare tactics. Um, and he's serious about it because he has killed, like I said, or like attempted to kill, I should say, like some really good friends of mine where he's just being a complete psycho and ran at them in the streets. And like these people, yeah, they're good people, but it's neither here nor there. So it escalated a little bit, and like I said, I told him the whole time. I said, "Yo, step back, or you will get stabbed." I was like, I was saying that the entire time. I was like, "Please get the fuck away from me." And then he decided to pull out his knife again, and then he went to go slash at me, and I slashed him first. So he uh, had his knife out, pointed at my stomach. I ran away. He put his knife away, ran straight towards me, and then pulled his knife out again and tried to slash at me, which is when I slashed him.
Okay. So let's break some stuff down. So you know this guy. And to be more clear, you knew him before this altercation.
Yeah, in a sense. In a sense, I don't know the guy, but I
don't mean know him like personally. Like
no.
you're not going to, his son's fucking birthday parties when you're invited. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
but you see him and you kind of know he's got a gist about him.
Yeah. I mean, I know of him. Yeah. I know that every time I work at Senior Bonds, he kind of just anybody who works at the sewers there, he will harass them and try to fucking have a go at them. Like I said, I wear the sewer clothes, but I don't go down there anymore because of I don't want to get trespassed.
Yeah. So he comes into Senior Buns. What did he have a knife in his hand first?
Yeah. He saw me, locked eyes with me, pulled his knife out, and then walked towards me with the knife, and then pointed it at my stomach.
Okay. And you tried to walk away, correct?
Yeah, I went through the double door.
Can you break down exactly like kind of the rundown as to I guess the whole defusal that you attempted?
Yeah, okay. Well, I was pretty much just like I didn't answer his questions because he's bombarding me with like, "Oh, you live in the sewers, right? Fuck you! I'm gonna fucking kill you!" Like fucking all this, and I was like, "I'm not doing this." I'm just trying to work. And so I walked, away, and then he followed me, which is when I pulled my knife out because I'm like, I don't know if he's gonna run up and stab me. I don't know if he's gonna, Black Ops Zombies Round 5 me, jump at me, fetch my soul. I didn't know, so I had my knife out, and then he approached me again.
Do you feel like you know what? Actually, I'm gonna retract that question.
Okay.
Is there any reason why you didn't call 911?
Yeah, he had a knife and was being openly aggressive. I'm not like I was, if I went to go call 911, he would probably have taken a jump on me or something. It was a very fast situation that happened. It was like the last thing on my mind. I think my biggest like concern was kind of just getting away from the weapon. I was shot yesterday. I'm fucking still recovering from that.
I am sorry to hear that.
Oh, that's fine. It's EMS stuff.
I know, but still, the I don't know. That's a whole topic for another day. I can't believe people fuck with EMS still. That's crazy.
Oh, it's a local. I ended up headbutting him.
Oh, good shit.
Cracked his skull. Yeah.
All right. So you couldn't call 911 because he was actively being aggressive. You attempted to walk away. When he didn't stop following and you had an opportunity, you pulled your knife out. You gave him verbal warnings.
Yeah.
Did anyone else happen to witness and or see that?
Like I said, man, there was like 25 different people though. There was a whole crowd forming. It was like a scene.
I mean, yeah, I'm gonna be honest with you. There's this very silly thing that happens where Senior Buns manages to be the place where the most witnesses see a crime commit,
And then no one
and
reports
not
it.
a single motherfucker actually opens their mouth,
Yep.
which is the revolving door that we have to deal with, and is
Oh, I mean, I deal with it too, by picking people up though.
no, definitely. Nothing is more frustrating than trying to simply get to the bottom of something and everybody thinks that they are untouchable because of Senior Buns. But that's nor here nor there. What is here and what I do want to prioritize and look at is specifically stand your ground. Now, give me a minute because I'm going to read through a couple statements that we obviously received. Give me 1 minute.
I do have one witness, but I don't know how
gonna-
reliable it should be.
I'm going to be honest with you. I don't even...
I mean, I ran up to Beatrice and said, he's got a knife. Help.
I'm going to check something. Give me a second.
Take your time. Hey, Moose, you got any food in that backpack of yours?
Yeah, stand up. I'll give you this. Oh, there you go.
I forgot to eat. Oh, thank you.
Need a drink too?
No, I'll be right. Thank you.
So I want to run through this one more time, and it's not for any other reason of disbelief, not believing. It's more I'm trying to get a good understanding. At what point did you have the opportunity to pull out your knife? So to give to give you some context, if someone has a knife and they're threatening you, if you're across the street holding a knife, you're not very threatening, right? If you're from me to you right now, you're threatening. So at some point during the altercation, you would have had to have enough distance to deem it safe enough for you to have the opportunity to reach for your knife. And I think that's sort of where I'm trying to put the pieces together.
Okay. Yeah, I can do that. So I'll visualize it. So we were at the cash registers at Senior Bonds on the opposite side, you know, where all the employees work. That's when he approached me. So he was a customer, I guess, walked through with the knife while I was working. And then after that, I kind of, I saw the knife, and
I love
I mean,
interrogation so
foolishly,
much. This
I
shit
would
is
say
so fun to me.
because me pushing past him might have gotten me stabbed, but I was like, this might be a good opportunity. So I pushed past him, went through the double doors, and I went to the back right of Senior Bonds, like right near the plant or whatever. And that's when I pulled out my knife because I noticed him following me. Like he was still at the register, and then he continued to walk at me, and I was like, okay, well, he's gonna try and run up on me right now.
Okay. I'm gonna be honest.
So I'd say like a good, yeah. What's up?
No, you're good. I think my takeaway so far, based on sort of what's been discussed and what we're talking about, I think there is a very specific aura that your attorneys are probably looking at too, if not have already looked at. And it is under legislation, specifically our Los Santos Constitution. I believe it's going to be Article 8. Defense of self and others, specifically stand your ground. Are you aware of Stand Your Ground?
Not particularly. Look, I've been here for a couple months.
No,
I'm Australian.
you're fine. I'm not. You're not wrong for saying no. I think that this is also a good learning moment, and whether you meant to or not, I think I'm gonna read it out to you and give you my case basis based on what I'm hearing right now. Verbatim, a person can use force to defend themselves or associates in their vicinity when they actually and reasonably believe that they're in danger of serious bodily harm or death. However, a person is required to take reasonable steps, such as verbal warnings or brandishing your firearm or walking away, that are consistent with the person's own safety to try to avoid the necessity of taking someone's life. As soon as imminent danger has passed, persons are required to inform authorities of what happened. I'm sorry, of what transpired. So, based on what you have stated so far, you were working at Senior Buns. Someone came in to threaten you.
Mm-hmm.
You attempted to distance yourself from this person.
Yep.
When you realized that as you tried to extend the gap was closing in, you pull out your knife. You gave a verbal warning.
Yep.
Did this individual at any point put his knife away?
Yeah, and then he pulled it back out to try and slash at me.
Okay. So he was giving you verbal threats, and he attempted to essentially pull it back out.
Mm-hmm. And then he did pull it back out, and then went to go swing at me, and that's when I swung.
Okay. So, and I don't think your attorneys are going to have any questions about this. I think I do think that we all might be on the same page here, unless Moose, you want to step outside and talk. I'm going to speak my piece real quick. Whether you realize it or not, outside of not calling 911 directly yourself, you followed Stand Your Ground to a fucking T. Is what I'm hearing. Regardless of the buildup, regardless of the fight that occurred, regardless of the disagreement, and regardless of what you know about the person, whether he was the aggressor or not, you felt like your life was in some sort of danger. You pull out your knife. He had already started as the one being threatening, brandishing. Yep. At which point you held your knife as he continued to approach you. And respectfully, he attempted to reach, and before he had a chance to have the opportunity, you had made verbal threats. I wouldn't even say verbal threats, verbal promises.
Mm-hmm.
And as soon as this gentleman attempted to reach, you defended yourself.
Yep.
Moose or record, am I missing anything here?
Nope, that's matches our interpretation and the story that he explained to us.
Give me just a minute. I'm going to be honest. I don't even need other people's statements. I'm going to grab them anyway. But as of right now, I don't have any interest in pursuing any further charges. I don't look at pressing anything right now. I'll get statements from others. I'll talk to Beatrice, like you've mentioned. I will have to keep your knife for investigative purposes, as it was used. Uh,
No, that's fine. You can keep it. I'll get a new one or something. I don't know.
okay. So I guess I'll ask you just more for educational. Is there anything about Stand Your Ground that you have questions about, concerns about, anything that I can help clarify for you as to what we deem as Stand Your Ground?
Good question. Is it anywhere? Is it like in a private business, or is it just like the home, or is it just like anywhere?
The way that Stand Your Ground is stated is if you or an associate in your vicinity's life is in danger, and you take reasonable steps, such as what we don't want to see is I didn't want to pull you in the room and have you say, "Oh, this guy said he was gonna kill me, so I pulled up my knife and I stabbed him."
Yeah, yeah.
Right.
I mean, I know this is like an exception. You know,
The
but this is-
reasonable
I'm not gonna like.
yeah. The reasonable steps is what is really doing it in. You attempted to distance yourself. He was already the aggressor. You pulled out your knife. You gave him verbal warnings that if he were to approach you, you were going to stab him.
Yeah.
At which point, he not only got close to you, but he attempted to reach again. At which point, you then stabbed him. Now,
Yeah.
there is something very important in all of this that I do not want to have overlooked. Because while the way I'm seeing this and the way that I'm hearing it is you followed Stand Your Ground, I need to know why you initially left the scene.
Yeah, that is why I did leave the scene. I don't know, man. I was panicked. I don't know. That's all I can say. I panicked. Um, I came back upon one of my superiors calling me. You know, I didn't leave the vicinity of the area. I was probably like, you know where the subway tunnel is? Like I wasn't that far.
I got you.
I was like right around the corner.
I'm not saying you fled the scene. I understand
Yeah.
maybe nerves and based on what happened, maybe you were a little on edge.
I don't know. I was high on adrenaline, man. I just stabbed someone.
Yeah. For future,
Legal adrenaline.
Yeah.
for clarification, in a lot of cases, what you did would be looked at in a very, very, very negative way. Based on the reasonable steps that built up to this, I do not see any reason why I should be charging you today. I'll get statements from other people. I have 30 days to pursue and follow if I need to. As of right now, I do not have any intention in following through any criminal charges.
Well, thank you. That means a lot. I mean, you know. I got another question, just on topic.
Sure. Just out of curiosity, would you like me to keep the recording going, or would you like me to cut that?
You can keep this going.
Okay, go ahead.
Because this might come up. Is it possible to get a restraining order against this psychopath, or what?
So, in order to follow through a restraining order, you would have to hire an attorney and essentially have the restraining order submitted through the DOJ, in which case a judge would have to review it and they would have to essentially approve or deny the restraining order. And at that point, I'm going to be honest, I don't know a lot of the legal proceeding past that. I would be lying to you if I said I see restraining orders a lot. I have not successfully personally seen one myself, so it's hard for me to exactly give you the proper legal advice. I would probably speak to your attorneys about that.
Sure, that's all I got then.
All right. Moose, Rick, either of you have any questions before I cut the recording?
Nope.
No.
Appreciate your time.
Yep.
All right, awesome. Show the recording. One ending 4:37 a.m. EST. That's going to be 09:55 local time. Recording is being shut off. All parties are in agreement. All right. Yeah,
Okay.
I'm just being straight up. I have absolutely nothing to hold you to. Based on what you stated and based on what I've seen, there is literally no reason why I should be charging you today.
Okay, that's good. I appreciate that. You know, you could have easily been one of those cops that like, well, you know, you just have someone. Appreciate you.
I'm gonna be honest, man. Not everything needs to be jail time. Not everything needs to go the extra mile. Sometimes something could just be talked to. And I think that the big thing that people forget is officer discretion. Not everyone needs to follow through with charges. Not everybody needs to follow through with something, but based on what I've heard today from you directly, even if your story is not to a T as to what happened, I believe enough reasonable steps were taken. And based on the other statements I have right now, yours at least makes sense.
Okay. Yeah, that's so good.
So, yeah, I think I'm good. We'll get you back your stuff real quick, and we'll go from there.
Yeah, my hand is still
Yeah,
attached.
we'll take care of that real quick.
I got a knife. I'll cut that off.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah,
I
you
don't have a
Yeah.
knife.
You really out here looking to get fucked up? God damn! I'll go and move these cuffs over real quick. I'll let you walk.
One important thing, I guess, just to like for since off the record, I guess like important sort of tidbit of advice is like I think a lot of people with standing your ground don't realize that last part of that, which is, you know, as soon as the danger is passed, to notify authorities. So just always keep that in mind.
Yeah.
I actually ran into an issue with the same thing where I stood my ground and, you know, it took a little bit of time to notify, and you have to do it like immediately after. But luckily the officer was extremely reasonable about it. So
See, this is the first time I've heard about it, so I don't even know.
It's very important to understand, and the reason why I'm not going super like over the top hard on you about it is because you came back with your hands up, faced away from me, and didn't ask any questions.
Yep.
And to say you did it in a reasonable amount of time, it was less than 20 seconds. So I don't really have any reason to believe that you had intentions on fleeing.
Yep. All good. All right. Well, yeah. Cool.
All right, awesome. Let's get you back your shit.
Thank you.
I gotta keep the knife like I said, but outside of that, you should be good to go right now. And
I don't know. Keep it as a souvenir or something. I don't know.
It's just gonna go in
Put it on your
evidence.
shelf.
We'll go in over here real quick. I'll cuff you to the table so you can grab your stuff back real quick.
Right. All good.
All right.
Give my mask back anyway. Let's
What's up?
grab my mask, I think.
I don't know if I had to take it off. I'm not sure. I don't remember if I put that in your backpack or if I'm keeping that for
That's I don't know,
evidence,
it's whatever.
if you know what I'm saying. All right.
No, that's all good.
Don't come with me.
They're like, I don't know, they're like $5.
What's that, a mask?
Yeah. I mean, it's the crap mask I got.
Realize that there was like any crime happening.
All right. I can let you out the back. I'll have a quick word with your... Sorry, what was that?
Oh, I'll call you guys after, yeah? I'll get back in contact with you.
It's no big deal.
Hello.
No worries. Grab our phones
So
here.
good?
yep, gonna grab my phone.
I'll get you out of these cuffs real quick.
Yeah,
Do
that's all good.
you have a phone number you can throw me just in case I have to call you back for
I'm
any other
sorry.
questions?
Yeah.
Give me just a minute. Let me make sure these are locked.
There you go. Just rip that off. Give it to you.
Thank you.
Oh, that's what I need to get.
Awesome.
All good.
All right. I got nothing else for you, brother. You're all good to go. I'm gonna have a quick word with your attorneys and go from there.
Thank you.
Yep, not a problem. If you need anything, you let me know.
You know, someone
Oh,
actually
good.
took my wrench.
All right.
There's no way.
I'll buy you a new one.
Someone actually took my wrench.
You're shitting me.
No, I'm not joking.
How much is a wrench?
That was like $250. It's not a big deal at all. It's just funny that actually
I'll give him
happened.
that stack of cash that was in my pocket.
No, you're totally fine.
Wait, how come you didn't get it? That's weird.
Nope, it's okay. No.
Oh, you did. Haha.
Okay, well, Moose, that's a lot more than.
Yeah, well, appreciate you.
So, I'll be honest, based on what he said, I didn't even think I needed to talk to you guys. I think me telling the guy that he was getting flat out on everything was good enough for me. And I think would have been good enough for you guys. I don't think he, outside of the mishap of not understanding the contacting of the authorities, I got nothing. I mean, that whether he realizes it or not, to a T, he took reasonable steps to try and defuse the situation. And I hate to say it, respectfully, as I can't make too many notes, as it's technically still an ongoing for at least the remainder. Based on the other statements that I have received, his is the first one that makes sense. And when I say that 25 people can stand at Senior Buns and not a single person has a coherent thing to tell me about what happened during a crime, it really makes the job difficult. So far, his side is the only one that makes sense.
Yeah, no, I think that makes sense.
Bunch of flies.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Did you guys have any questions for me about anything?
Withstand your ground. No, actually, I don't. I was gonna ask, but I think I answered it in my head. I'm good.
Okay, you sure?
Yeah. Just thinking about another case that I'm facing, and your speech in there about stand your ground has given me some suggestions or some ideas.
I will say that stand your ground is intentionally written to be subjective. Because every situation is different, right? Not every situation is black and white, sun and moon, right? It is very much not a very night and day thing, right? Some situations are a little bit more iffy, and there's a lot of interpretation that needs to be had if somebody properly followed something, and sometimes we have to leave things up to a judge. In this case, this is almost textbook stand your ground outside of his little mistake he had about not contacting authorities. However, off the record, the person that did contact the authorities is the one that he stated he told he was in danger with.
Oh, fair enough. Okay.
So I didn't mention that part, but I'm going to tell you that one of the people that he mentioned were one of the people that was able to contact that there was a stabbing that occurred.
Ah, okay. Makes sense.
So while it wasn't directly from him, there was a little bit of a layer of barrier for him in that anyway, for me to interpret the idea that somebody did contact. Maybe he didn't have the time to, and he did have the time to at least tell somebody so that they could contact. I do the same thing with Group 6 drivers when they're being followed,
Right.
be robbed. If you have a passenger, the driver shouldn't be the one to call 911. The passenger should.
Yeah, I think I've been in situations where something's happened in front of me, and
Nah,
the person
Bendir,
it's happened
I only
to
get things
is kind of
highlighted
like
that
in
I think are
shock
going to
and,
court.
Goes to their
This
friends
isn't going
like,
to
hey,
court.
can you just call this in, please? Since they're kind of dealing with what just happened.
No, yeah, that's fair. Yeah, I think that's all I got.
Thanks, Flops.
I got you. I
Yeah,
appreciate you
thanks.
guys coming down. Like I said, I'm not
No problem.
out here trying to fuck people over. I just in this case it was very unique and I needed to hear his side.
You don't. Side question. Slacks isn't on duty anymore, yeah?
No, in fact, you're looking at about 20% of the PD right in front of you right now.
Oh man, it was like that last night too.
Yeah, apparently
Yeah.
last night was not good. I was not around last night.
I Hopefully he's around tomorrow. I gotta talk to him.
All good.
Clown issues, you know how it be.
I gotcha. I gotta go in the lobby and take statements about what just happened here. Apparently some other witness, which hopefully will give some backing to what happened. But I'm gonna go deal with that. But if you need anything from me, you guys let me know, all right?
Okay.
Sounds
Yeah,
good.
sounds good.
Perfect. Awesome. I
Thanks,
appreciate you
Flops.
guys. Of course, absolutely. Thank you guys for coming down. Always,
thank
always
you.
a pleasure.
We
Watch
just
out for
check-
birds.
Always will. Likewise. Where they at?
Hey,
Hey, how you doing?
good. How are you? About to go off duty, I guess. Go work some lumber or something.
Go get
Need some food
kidnapped?
or anything?
Actually,
Oh, yeah.
I would love some food actually if you have it.
Did you say something about being kidnapped? Because you know,
Yeah.
that is me. That is
I
me.
listen. All jokes aside, just stay safe. But
Yeah, it is bad. Here's your burger.
all good. Thank you so much. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I do the best I can. Did I give it to you? Did I give it to you? You're
no.
trying. Why is it not working? Hang on.
You just
Oh my god.
you just put it in my hand. You just
I'm trying really hard.
you just let go. You're fucking death gripping it. Jesus, the bread.
Let
the
go, oh
bread.
my God.
It's
I'm
leaking. The
trying.
bread.
I'm trying so hard, officer. I am. I'm sorry.
Just
Don't yell at me, please. Don't yell at me, please.
I'll tell you what. If you put it on the ground, I'll just pick it up.
Here. Here's some fries.
It's okay. How about this? How about I just grab it from you? How about that? I'll just grab it from you. It's okay.
I'm trying.
It's okay. I'll just grab here. I'll tell you what. The fries too. Thank you. Ow! Ow!
sorry.
What the fuck?
I'm sorry.
Jesus Christ! My God! I got the burger and the fries. Okay, I got them both.
Did you not like that? I thought you would be to that. I'm sorry.
No, Jesus, I'm fine. I'm okay. I'm fine. Oh my God. Damn, Jordan. Thank you.
I'm sorry. I don't know.
You don't have to apologize. You're fine. Just do me a favor. Just stay safe when you're off duty, okay?
Did you see that I got kidnapped like 2 days ago, or 4 days ago? I haven't been back on duty since.
Why did you
It's been a whole thing.
Why did you get kidnapped? What the fuck happened?
I was just sitting in I was literally in a car. And they pulled me out of my car and they were like, hey, receptionist, we're taking you. And they took me to like a cash
What's up, Phil? How you doing? Were you off duty?
Yes, I was.
Jordan, I don't know anyone else that gets kidnapped as much as you do. I don't understand. Oh my
Thank
God.
you. I don't either.
Thank you for all
Thank
this
you,
food.
I don't
Jesus,
either.
thank you.
Well, I just want to be left alone. Yeah.
It's okay. Listen, you're
But they also said I was their best hostage ever, and they said that I look cute, and they like my fit, so they're beside.
Oh my God.
Thank you. I know.
You know, a very long time ago, people used to kidnap me to the point it got so common. I used to be walking downtown and people were like, hey, Flop, it's us again. And I'm like, oh, we doing this again?
Should I be a cop? You think? You think I should just be a cop at this point? Like, I don't know.
I think you'd be a good cop. You're okay.
No,
Listen,
I don't.
keep your head up. You're going to be fine. I promise.
I was off duty like 4 days after that because I needed a break.
I promise you're going to be okay. You got my word.
I went on a date with Ricker and he lost his arm, so I don't know.
Ooh. Listen, Jordan, it's good.
I'm gonna go back.
It's gonna be okay. It's gonna be fine. Jordan, keep your head up. It's gonna. Oh, Jesus Christ.
In person, yeah, I know.
Hello.
Yes.
Hi.
Hello.
Oh my god, Flop!
It's a long story. Listen.
Oh, okay. I was going to comment your mustache is very good, but okay, now you mention.
It's okay. Hi, Jordan. Good to see you. Oh my God, long time no see. Hey. Looking happy as always. You're looking great. You're looking great, Grace. she's going
Okay,
through it. She's going
Flop,
through
do
it.
you want to? Huh? Oh, sorry.
She's
Say
going.
again.
Oh man.
Oh, she's very despaired. I can tell
No,
you,
no, no,
very,
no.
very despaired.
She's great. She's fine. She's fine.
She's great.
She's like this
Oh,
before.
Oh,
I'm like
no.
this. We
Oh,
are like
no.
this. Uh-huh.
mm.
Uh-huh. Pit of despair.
Oh,
Big
good.
pit of despair.
We'll step in the meeting room, have a good conversation.
Yeah.
Oh, that would be fantastic.
So I'm gonna be upfront and honest with both of you.
Mhm.
I don't really need to disclose this, but I'm going to. As of right now, no charges. So
I know he called me and told me.
okay. So as long as we got that kind of grounded, if you have statements, I don't mind taking them, but it'll depend what you have. I don't think I'm gonna be pursuing. But if you have anything, I'd love to have some note.
Yeah. So I've got a statement that I've sent through to Dion, and I'll give to you as well. Off-duty paramedic James Rue has also given a statement, and he's willing to come down and have a chat with you as well, so you could hear it directly from him.
Does he have I
Um,
asked him for a written statement. Did he ever do that by chance?
Yeah, he sent it to Dion.
Would you be able to forward that to me? Is that possible?
Of course.
Okay.
Yes.
The written statements are always good. They do help out a lot. There's a lot, times I have hiccups where we don't have the opportunity because we're so limited on units like we are today to get everyone's statements. So any written statements you have would be very, very helpful. And obviously anything you guys want to talk about, I have no problem kind of breaking down and discussing.
Yeah, all good.
Hi, Phil.
So I'll basically tell you what I know from my end. I was on duty doing crit care training. I received a phone call from James saying, "Don't you just love walking into senior buns and seeing an off-duty trainee holding someone at knife point?" And I said, "What?" He goes, "Yeah, you can probably guess who it is." And I said, "Tech?" And he goes, "Yep." And he said, "He's probably going to stab him in a minute." And I said, "Well, fuck. Okay." We hang up the phone, and almost instantly the 911 saying that someone had been stabbed came through. Called James to confirm that it actually happened. He said yes. I attempted to
Tornado
call tech.
survival going.
No
It's
answer.
apparently
I messaged him,
past.
said call me. He called me back. He said, "Well, you
I didn't lose
probably heard what
power.
just happened."
Surprisingly.
I said, "Yeah. Are you running?" And he said, "Yes." I said, "Turn your ass around and hand yourself in." He goes, "But it was self-defense." I said, "I don't care. You're running. Turn around and hand yourself in." And he did. That's when you radioed through saying that it was a possible off-duty EMS.
Well, thank fuck he did, because he did follow stand your ground, but it took him a fucking second because he didn't contact authorities and he attempted to leave the scene. So, all right, let me see.
I'm not gonna lie, he's a bit of a dumb cunt. Like, just straight up.
Okay. I mean, hey, listen, the honesty goes a long fucking way. I'll tell you that much. Let me do this real quick. All right. So got James' statement. Did you share the other one with me and I just missed it?
So no,
I
there's the
emailed-
same one. There's the same.
Okay,
one.
okay.
Oh, you emailed that? You emailed?
I
Flop, huh?
emailed.
Okay.
I emailed it. No, I emailed it to you, Dion. If you wanna.
Oh, okay. I'll share with
Yeah.
Flop.
James said he'll be here soonish if he is needed. He's currently in Polito. He's running G6, so.
Okay.
Okay, Flop. I'm going to send you Lottie's statement.
Bindir, good luck. I'm going to allow all these just to fucking make a point. Nice. Are these all the same?
One was James and one was mine.
Oh, just now I sent you twice a yes. They are the same.
Gotcha. Bear with me.
Oh, so we don't have to double tap. Oh my goodness, just once. Very good. Okay, okay. I've been doing bad habits. Okay.
Hey, habits you picked up 5 years ago.
Who's Papa 23?
I am.
Okay.
Lottie Breeze.
Okay. And then am I missing a third one, or is it just the two?
It's just the two.
Okay.
So yeah, it was myself and James that had the statements. I believe it was witnessed by a few others that were there. Off-duty doctor, actually a couple off-duty doctors as well, but I don't think they've put statements in, or if they have, they've spoken to you on site.
Yeah. The only thing I guess is really more of a conversation for James. Do you know how long James was at Senior Buns by chance?
I don't know. I mean, he did come down when we told him that we were coming here to talk to you, he came down and he said that he walked in and saw Mitch out with a knife, holding it to Santa. Santa then got his knife out, and then words were exchanged and Tex stabbed Santa. So he witnessed that whole interaction, I believe.
I gotcha. Without going into detail, there is more to that. Although since it's still an ongoing, I'm not going to kind of go into further detail.
Yeah, fine.
But there are layers to this, and I'm currently trying to peel it back, sort of like an onion, until I can kind of get to the center of it. But as of right now, I don't intend on pressing any charges, as I don't actually believe, as of this current moment, more for the transparency for you guys, that I do not believe that Mitch actually is looking at any charges for now. Subject to change. I have 30 days to press them. If that changes, I'll let you know, which case it'll probably go on the docket. However, as of right now, I think I'm pretty squared away.
Okay. Yeah, I just wanted to come down and tell you kind of what happened from this end, and just make sure that we have everything in a row. And yeah,
you're good. I feel like I've somehow become just the guy when it comes to shit happening with EMS, and somehow I'm the one that's always investigating it, unironically. I feel like I've done this so many times in the past, but I'm okay to keep doing it. I'm okay to keep having the conversations.
And we love you for it.
I mean, listen, I sat him down and I flat out told him, I'm not here to scare him. I just want to know his fucking side. And his honesty got him far. So,
and that is something with him. I've FTO'd him a couple of times, and I've put down, he needs to kind of figure out, the connection between his brain and his mouth, but sometimes that can actually help him when he has
I mean, I would be lying if I said that I need the same connection, but some people need it more than others. Some people don't think with their brain, they think with their mouth. And I'll tell you what, your mouth is a lot more vocal than your brain.
Really fucking true.
From your opinion, was there any ill intent from Micha, or like why did he have his knife out? Or did he discuss that with you?
It's been discussed. I'm trying to decide how much I can really disclose.
Okay.
Let me read these statements, because I don't think I'm getting any more after this. Let me just read these two statements and I'll go from there. Give me a second. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. Based on what I'm reading from everyone's statements, I don't think I'm pursuing any charges.
Okay.
To kind of give you a breakdown, the individual with the altercation, from what I have seen and from what I saw and witnessed, was injured on scene. And he was injured on scene because I guess the original start of the altercation was that the other person came in with a knife. Mitch attempted to step away from him and create distance. At which point, when he had enough distance and he noticed he was being followed, that's actually crazy. As I'm saying this,
That 911, yeah.
well, okay. I couldn't make up that timing even if I fucking tried. But Mitch tried to create distance, and the individual attempted to close in on him. He saw he was being followed. When he had enough distance, he pulled his knife and verbalized to him that if he comes any closer, he's going to stab him. He reminded him that he also has a knife. And this very smart cookie, I guess, in an attempt, tried to re-pull out his knife. And in the process, Mitch did not wait to have the opportunity for him to have his knife out, from my understanding. Regardless of if the guy had a chance to pull his knife out or not, if the guy tried to take a swing at him, whatever the case may be, he warned him that if he came near him with a knife, he was going to get stabbed. Everything to a T. I'll even read this to you so you can understand why there is no charges being pushed right now.
Mm.
Los Santos Constitution, Article 8, Defense of Self and Others, standing your ground states, and I quote, "A person can use force to defend themselves or associates in their vicinity when they actually and reasonably believe that they're in danger of serious bodily harm or death. However, a person is required to take reasonable steps, such as verbal warnings for brandishing your firearm, in this case a knife, or brandishing your firearm, comma, or walking away, that are consistent with the person's own safety to try to avoid the necessity of taking someone's life. As soon as imminent danger has passed, persons are required to inform authorities of what has transpired." So, in this case, and based on what I understand, I guess the part where no one wanted to speak up and what was seen directly from, and based on the statements I did receive, the required reasonable steps, verbal warnings, he did. Mitch also pulled out his knife, he brandished, verbally warned him to back off, and if he came near him was going to get stabbed. And he also attempted to walk away.
Okay. James is in the lobby if you wanted to talk to him as well. Get his full statement about his timeline of what he saw.
Go ahead and stay here. I'm just gonna drag him in here.
Yeah.
Come on in, James.
Hello.
Okay, just keep what? What flop? Just.
Yep. I'm keeping that. Yep.
Huh? What?
Huh?
Oh, no.
no,
We
this-
said we're gonna keep
yeah.
a record. What you just said.
Oh,
Okay,
yeah.
So yes.
So the only thing that he messed up, and it wasn't even that big of a mess up based on how I'm seeing it, was that he did not call 911 as soon as it ended. He said he was really, popped up on adrenaline. I understand. But the real takeaway is that he actually did come back hands up and turn himself in, which I do believe was a reasonable step in what was an honest mistake. Hi, James.
Hello.
I only have one question for you.
Okay.
Did you happen to see the entire altercation, or did you happen to walk in while it was going on?
I walked in while he had a knife to Santa, and Santa had nothing in his hands.
Okay. So, as I've stated before, there is another layer to this. You happen to see one part of it, and based on the way that the other statements are reading, there's another altercation that occurred that built up prior to what you witnessed.
Okay.
And as of right now, I do not have any intention on charging Mitch with any crime. In fact, based on what I've received today and based on what I've heard, Mitch actually, to a T, by definition, and I asked him if he knew what stand your ground was, and he said no. But to a T, whether he meant to or not, followed stand your ground, outside of forgetting to call 911 himself. But still returned back to the scene to put his hands up and turn himself in and explain himself.
Yeah, that was after I told him to turn around because he said that he was running.
Yeah,
And
well,
I said, fucking stop and turn around, you dumb cunt.
yeah. If you had not done that, this could have gone probably very different.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I'm guessing he told you all the information about how he had the knife to Santa. Santa had nothing in his hands. Santa started walking away. They reignited the conversation in the middle of Senior Buns, and then he stabbed him when Santa went to draw.
Yeah. The story's about the same. The little tidbit details that keep coming up still all kind of fall in line with what I've heard. The real and only honest takeaway that I have to all this, and the real kicker, is that what everyone seemed to have missed is that the individual that was stabbed prior to what people witnessed and prior to what a lot of people witnessed, and to what I've received, is that he started off as the main aggressor. And what I stated was that he apparently had walked in with a knife, or at some point had drawn his knife. Mitch was behind the counter. He was on the other side. Altercation occurred. Mitch at one point tried to distance himself. Once he had enough distance. Oh my God.
My God.
Oh my goodness. Oh,
Jesus.
It's okay.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Well,
Speaking of distance, I'm just showing you how much distance there was, right? He had a lot of distance, so he wouldn't have had a chance. But the real point is that he tried to put gap between him and this person. At some point, this guy put his knife away. Whether Mitch witnessed it or not, he pulled his knife, believing that he was being followed. Verbally warned him to stay back, and if he did anything, he was going to stab him. Regardless of if he was building the aggression or not, the initial aggressor was the other person, at which point you probably started coming in somewhere around this time, Rue. And you saw what appeared to be an off-duty EMS holding a knife to an innocent man. And without giving you the specific details and context, it appears that without this person trying to understand that Mitch meant business, tried to pull his knife, and whether he tried to swing or not, Mitch initially, prior to what you probably witnessed, it sounds like tried to make every single proper step that is involved by definition to the stand your ground policy. I technically right now, based on the statements I have, don't have any reason to charge him.
Okay. Yeah, I mean...
The only thing he fucked up was that he walked away from that scene.
Yeah.
And I'm assuming you guys need that for your records. But based on everything I have personally have no intention on charging Mitch, and I don't think I'm going to get anything further from here. And not that I can really say this for certain, and not that I like to say this ever, but based on the 911 that we got in the middle of me saying all this shit, I have a weird fucking feeling.
Yeah.
There is some truth to what Mitch is saying.
Yeah.
That I cannot use as fact. That is my opinion. And my opinion does not matter, which is why I'm not, pursuing it that way. But based on what I heard from his incident, I have no reason to charge him.
No problem, man. As long as we get the bigger picture, that is what we are looking for. I do want. Could you just reference again? You talk about the self-defense. Was that under charges or is that under legislation?
Yeah, so that's gonna be if you go under legislation and go all the way to the bottom. The Los Santos Constitution is the very first piece of legislation, and if you scroll all the way to the bottom, it is the very last article in.
Yes, very good. Thank you.
Yeah. So yeah, I would go on a limb and say that, put simply, Mitch follows stand your ground.